Hello everyone and welcome to Qigong Foundation Practices. Alright, now for some of you will have done Long White Cloud Qigong courses before, which is great. For a lot of you, I know this will be your first time doing a course with us, so some of this is going to be new. So I'm going to talk about some of the ins and outs of how the course runs, so you know what to expect and what you're going to be doing, as well as a little bit about what we're going to be doing in the course. Okay, for a start, the course runs for 12 weeks. Each week there's going to be different things for you to work on. There's going to be written material and videos and things for you to practice and so on. And the course is structured around you. It's largely about you practicing. There's things for you to read and watch and so on, but it's largely about you doing the practice and recording your practice, recording your insights for your own value, and also to focus your mind on what you're doing. And so the aim is that you'll be practicing about 30 minutes a day, most days of the week. You know, the ideal is a daily practice. Often in life, every day is not always really suitable, but you should be aiming for 4, 5, 6 times a week to be doing 30 minutes of practice, so that you're regularly working on, and little by little your experience, your knowledge, your skill accumulates if you're practicing regularly. And it's much better to practice a little often than to just try and cram it all in a short amount of time. You're not going to get the same benefit. So at the end of every week, you do need to send through a progress report. This doesn't need to be long. It can be just a short email, it can be a couple of sentences, or it can be longer if you want to, but just telling us how you're getting on with the course, that everything's going well, hopefully, and also if you have any questions. Now this is really important. You may have questions just about how the course runs or things like that, but also questions about the practices, and this is where a lot of richness comes from the course, is not just in having your own questions answered, but the way the questions will be answered is that all of the answers from everyone's questions will go to the whole group. And so you get to hear the answers to other people's questions as well, maybe about things you hadn't thought about, but it's still going to round out your knowledge, your understanding. And also for some of you, if you do have the aim of teaching at some point, it's going to expose you to the sort of questions that people might ask you as well, and you'll have an idea about how to answer them and so on. So of course, if you do have a private question, you can send that in and just mark it as private, and in that case the answer won't go back out to everyone. So those answers will come in written form in a weekly email, much like this, and also there will be a video much like this as well, where we'll talk about things happening in the course, and also occasionally some of the questions might require some additional demonstration to explain and give a full answer, and so we would do that in a video like this as well. Very, very important. Each week you should be getting that email. Now occasionally, for some reason, and it's really hard to know why, emails will disappear off into spam folders and things like that, and you may have a hard time finding them. I do recommend that if for some reason, if you haven't seen an email turn up, that you do check your spam folder, and also if you're using Gmail or something like that, you also have a promotions folder. You check them there. I recommend you add this email address, info@longwhitecloudqigong, to your .com to your address book, so that there's more chance that the emails won't go missing. But if at any stage by Monday, you should always receive these emails by Monday. If for some reason you don't get one by then, send us an email, let us know, get in contact, so that we can get the information out to you somehow if it's gone missing. I think that probably covers the basic admin in and outs for this at the moment. So on to the course content. We are going to be covering a lot of the real basics of Qigong. We're going to be looking at breathing and energy awareness and basic meditation, stances and so on. And then we're going to be putting it into the context of a really fascinating set of exercises which are for the organs and the organ meridians. and which also balance the posture and emotion. So there's a lot of fascinating things there, which is really, as well as being a great set of practices, is going to give you insights into how Qigong works, how all of these different aspects of the mind, the body and the breath all come together, and the effect that they can have on our body and on our energy. So I hope you're going to enjoy that. The course has been paced, so hopefully it's not going to be too overwhelming, too much at a time. Some of it might seem a little slow, and then there might be other times when you feel like, oh, I don't remember all that yet, but it's okay. It's been paced that you should be able to keep up, and just trust that if you keep going through it, you're going to be able to get all of the things you need to. In this first week, we're going to be working just on some of the very basics of breathing and of meditation, and then the next week as well we're going to do some things with energy awareness and stances. So we're putting some of the pieces together before we then actually get on to working on the full set of exercises, that set of 12 exercises for the organ meridians. So this is really important. It's a little bit like learning to drive a car, where if you haven't driven a car before, there's all these different things to think about. You know, the accelerator and the brake and the clutch and looking in your wing mirrors and, you know, all of this sort of thing. And to do that all at once, you're naturally going to do that once you've learnt and practiced all of these things. But to begin with, it's really easy to miss some of them. And so we're going to practice some of these things, the breathing, the stances, and the awareness by themselves, so we start to get some skill with them, so that when we apply it into the exercises, it's going to be more natural for us to do all of those things together at the same time. So it's really worthwhile putting some time into these individual parts which we're going to put together. If you want to start practicing those 12 exercises for the organ meridians, by all means you're welcome to. There is a video of doing that full set of exercises. You can start doing that if you want to, but you do need to put the time into these individual exercises as well. Okay, I think that's it for now. Great to have you on the course, and I look forward to hearing from you at the end of the week with your progress report, and of course with any questions that you may have.